Welcome back to another episode of AIME Sales Rally. I'm Tom Ahles, President of Growth here at AIME, and today I'm going to talk about meeting March goals, setting up our goals for April, and really looking at our purchase season that we're starting to come into. I know for me, we've had a lot of people that have been pre-approved over the last couple of months that I had a lot of those pre-approved buyers that either didn't get offers accepted or they're even acquiring now with the lack of inventory. One of the topics that I want to discuss and go over today to hopefully help our team rally is to look at what are we doing with our pre-approved clients. So that's going to be one of the things that are covering for me or that my team is working on. This morning when I went over how many people that we have actually sitting in our pre-approved folder, which is, everybody that I've ran credit, I've verified income, some of them have submitted offers. But as you know, it's really tough to get offers accepted in this market. So with rates rising like they have been too, there's so much information that I'm doing my best when I take on that client to have the conversations up front and set the roadmap. But let's say 2 or 3 months go past and the roadmap that I set 2 or 3 months ago has changed. I think it's very important that we're staying in front of our pre-approved clients and really working on our pull-through or retention numbers based on pre-approved clients. For me, I've gotten to a point in my career where I'm thankful I'm 100% referral based. I get a lot of referrals, but I'm watching closings go down that are a little bit cyclical of where the market is. So, how can we make sure as we're coming into this purchase season that we're really positioned in the best spot possible to make sure that we're creating success stories with our clients, that we're educating them as we go along. And I'm just going to share with you a couple of the simple tools that I'm doing. So part of my pre-approved folder, we have the ability to send either text messaging or video to. Most all of our leaders within our community have some sort of CRM that they use, or you can do it manually if that's how you want to do and have a list of all of your pre-approved buyers. For me, we're working on content within and saying, here's what we need to get out today. Today's another day where the market is, the market's unknown. We wake up every day and it's either going to be up or down. And we've lost almost last week, we lost 0.5% in rate. The buyer that was pre-approved for a $400,000 house that had this rate, now maybe they only approved for $370,000 or they're still at that amount, but their payment's more. Making sure that you're creating a success story every time you're helping a client is key to making sure that as we come into the purchase market, that you really are creating success story with every person, informing them. I always have my clients even look on Google, type in average 30-year fixed interest rate. You can see 30-year fixed interest rate average today is at 4.5%. Okay. It's a good indicator to give them to where they're not being caught off guard. I can tell you for me, I really feel like I've dropped the ball or failed if I have a client that finally found a house and they say, okay, well, we were locked in at that rate when you went over my pre-approval 3 months ago. No, that's a major problem, right? So it's important communication, being a local independent advisor to your clients is key during this purchase market. So many of us are always trying to find ways to build business and to grow. For me, my growth has been the method of farming. I'm a big believer in farming rather than hunting. I'm planting seeds. I get the seed to me, a buyer that comes in that's a referral from an agent I work with. I have the opportunity to take that seed and water it and really watch it grow with me by me educating them on here's what's happening in the market. Here is what you pre-approve for, spending time with them. If I neglect that after they didn't get accepted on their first house and it's 3 months later, well, that's not good. The fact is at that point, someone else is going to take them or they're going to get an introduction from the realtor that they walked into an open house or their neighbor. So the key is during this purchase season, make sure that we're staying in front of our pre-approved clients. I know that we're all looking for new business, and when new business comes in, that's great, but make sure that we're really on top of our game when it comes to keeping our pre-approved list, that we don't have that we don't have loss happening, right? I want to try to keep my pull-through ratio on those as high as possible. So 2022 purchase season is here, right? So make sure, to me, that's one of the big things that my team's working on. Goals for me for this purchase season really is not so much on a numbers basis, but reviews, creating the successful transaction that I'm not only getting the reviews, but I'm getting referrals. I've built a business strictly off of a referral-based business, and every time how I've been able to grow my business has been from the agents that I've helped inside of an office that I can call then on that office if I'm looking to go and, I'll say farm a new field. I'm going to go out to the real estate office that I just closed a deal with John, the agent, who was incredibly pleased with my communication. The customer was happy with the rate and cost. And I'm going to just make sure that I'm spreading that message within that real estate office to help me grow. So I was asked a couple of questions here on this as far as what are the first or next steps brokers should take to act on these ideas. Well, as I said, I think everybody uses some sort of a different point of sale. For me, we use Lending Pad. My Lending Pad communicates with my Be in Touch. I have everything set to where the majority of my communication is automated. Having automation is key to maintaining not only a healthy lifestyle, but making sure that you're staying in front of your client. So, if I would say what can you do as a broker today, look at what systems that you actually have in place, and is it really creating a time saver for you? Is it communicating the message that you want to give to your clients? Another tool that I use that I really like, I use the Pre-Approve Me app, which helps me on the weekends to where if I have a client that's pre-approved, they can issue their own pre-approval letter based on my terms that I have pre-approved them for. My agents that have gotten used to using this really love it. Not only that, it buys my time back to where on the weekends I'm not stuck to, hey, can you run this summary for $5,000 more than the last summary? Or the goal is to be able to help educate as many people at one time without taking my time personally to continue having those same questions over and over. So you don't want to get off to where technology takes everything, but you want to make sure that you're using it and it's communicating properly. I know I've had the opportunity to sit on some AIME panels where I've heard brokers talk about, I use this CRM, this product, this, but if they don't communicate with each other, a lot of times you're creating more of a problem than what you're creating a solution. So coming into our purchase season this year, let's make sure that we're focusing on being as quick and nimble as possible with utilizing our technology tools that we have from our broker partners within the AIME network, and really putting those into play to buy some of your time back to make sure that you're doing the things that generate you the most business. For me, it's always been about relationships. If I can be out this summer and I'm playing golf and I'm going to play golf with somebody that I haven't met yet, well, that gives the opportunity to meet someone. And my goal in doing that is really trying to educate them about my business enough that they can be a salesperson for me without having to pay them to be a salesperson. Same reason why I'm part of a BNI meeting, or if you're going to your local commerce department. There are so many ways to get involved in your community to where you really need to focus on building relationships and then just being truthful about what we offer, right? We know that if you go through a mortgage broker, it is by far better for the consumer. And these numbers are proven. I believe Willie Newman put out an article here recently from Home Point and broke down the data specifically of it. If I'm not mistaken, it was like a $2,500 difference that a customer would save by going to a wholesale mortgage broker compared to going to a retail shop. So use that data, share it, educate those around you, and remember, focus on relationships. If you're in a lead business right now, it's going to be tough, right? I think what's going to be tough for all of us right now with lack of inventory and rising rates, but focus on relationships. If you're building relationships, educating people. I really think that you're going to continue to grow your business this year and be prepared for the purchase season to make sure that you can dominate in your own market. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for joining me for another episode of AIME Sales Rally. You can watch previous episodes on AIME's YouTube channel at AIME National, and be on the lookout for another episode next Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, right here in the Brokers Are Better Facebook group. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys crush your week.